Hello again everybody, and welcome back to another episode of An Ecologist Plays Grounded, the game where we are the size of ants and have to find a way to become large again, and somehow survive in this very, very cruel and dangerous world. And as you remember from last week, we were attacked by a wolf spider, or well, we kind of attacked a wolf spider and were then subsequently killed by it, but we also did attack and kill a number of the orb weaver spiders. Now, today we are going to do a few other things. First of all, we are going to craft our Weevil shield, which will allow us to block a little bit better when we are being attacked by spiders. So that is going to be very useful, and I'm just going to put that up. So now we can have a sword and a shield, and we should be able to now protect ourselves a little bit better against spider attacks, hopefully. We're also going to go into the status tab here, because I completely forgot to actually take my Parry Master mutation and activate it. Now, currently we can have 2 of these mutations active, and we now have Parry Master active, and that's the only one we have available at the moment. Now, these mutations you will get by doing certain things. Now, to get Parry Master, you have to do perfect blocks a certain number of times, and during the fights with the Orb Weaver spiders, we actually leveled up to level 2 of Parry Master. Now, the next thing that we are going to do now would be to start building a base, and there is a good spot for us to build, and that is going to be right up here on the baseball. Now, initially, this doesn't look like necessarily the best spot to build, but it is right at the starting location. Easy to get to, and I very often just start my little, as I call it, a homeless base by setting up a roasting pit over here, a place to sleep, and a workbench, just to start working a little bit. Now that we have multi-story bases unlocked from Burgle, we can go to crafting and start putting down our scaffolds over here and a stairway, just so that when we get up from this little stick over here, it is a little bit easier for us to just jump up and then run up to our house. We're also going to expand this at least a little bit more, so that now we have a basic framework for us to work with. And most of this I will be doing off screen, but just to start, we are going to go right over here and use our axe just to cut down these dandelions. So these are daisies, or in the daisy family, in the Asteraceae. There we go, finally getting it down. I have previously used the daisies, or cut down a daisy to get to this, the little dandelion tuft. So this is actually the fruit of the dandelion, and inside there would be a seed. And this little parachute that is here is for it to have a long distance wind dispersal. Now, I'm sure most of you have, when you've seen these dandelion clusters, little seed heads, you blow into it and woof, it flies off into the distance. I'm sure a lot of you have done that. I did that many, many times as a kid. And it is very good at getting the seeds to disperse quite a long distance away. Those little seeds are then able to germinate, of course, and establish a new dandelion plant. So now, of course, we already have a full dandelion tuft. We don't need a new one, but we do need this stems, the weed stems, to carry on doing our job here. We're going to start by just building some foundations here. And now we do need to finish this little staircase here, and we are going to put in floors in a moment. And to do that, we are going to cut down grasses. Now, something you may not know when you start out this game is when you start chopping, for example, or attacking or doing all kinds of things, it does it in combos of 3. For example, we chop, 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 and then it's chop, chop, chop. So it takes 5 chops to chop down 1 grass stem, but that's important to know because damage increases with the second and third swing in an attack. So in the chops there, the second attack does, I think, 5% more damage, and then the third attack, or third chop, does 10% more damage. And that's, as far as I recall, how it works with attacks with a spear, with a bow, or with an axe, or all kinds of melee weapons, and of course with a harvesting as well. And now we need to put in the grass floor over here. Let's just orientate it like that so it looks nice, and we can start building that so that now we can have a proper little base set up here. I did just realize that I can only carry 7 grass planks at the moment, and that's because I have not yet made the last bit of the ant armor. I still need to make the leggings of the Red Ant Armour, because that is going to be very important for us in the next bit of what we are going to do. So let me just quickly go and do that, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Alrighty then, now because we have the entire Red Ant Armour set equipped, we can now carry a little bit more than we usually can. That is one of the benefits of wearing this armor. It is a light armor, so it's not going to protect you as well against things like spiders or so, especially not wolf spiders, as we know from the last episode, but it is going to result in us not using too much stamina just to swing our swords around or our weapons around. And now we can also carry, as you can see in the bottom there, 8 grass blades at a time, or grass planks at a time. Normally one can only carry 5 at a time, and then per armor piece, per Red Ant armor piece that you are wearing, you can wear or carry an additional 1. And so that's quite cool and useful. Now there are many other ways in which you can also increase the number of things you can carry at a time. And I think at the moment, the maximum you can carry is 21 pieces. Now that is an extreme amount of things that you can carry, and that's because ants can carry much more than their normal body weight in stuff, which is of course what they are known for. But then also with some of the new badges that you can find, the trinkets that you can actually just carry a lot more than you normally would have been able to. So that's one of the things you can do nowadays. I'll have a look at it when we actually find one of those little trinkets sometime during the playthrough. Now we can also later make a smoothie as well. When we have a smoothie maker, we can make a smoothie that will also allow us to carry more things. So that, along with the Red Ant armor set that we currently have equipped, will allow us to also carry a little bit more. But for now, I'm just going to carry on with this semi-tedious task of just setting up the basic framework, and I will be back with you in a moment. Alrighty then, so here we are back at our baseball base. This will be the base baseball, and we have a floor at least, which is marvelous. I'm going to be putting up the walls a little bit later on, but for now, if we go to quests, we have the quest to kill 6 lawn mites, which will give us some raw science, and we are currently standing on 1,480 raw science, and I need 80 more in order to buy the torch upgrade from the shop, and that is going to be very useful. So I'm going to suck at shooting with the bow, but there we go, finally got one. If we can kill a few of these lawn mites, we'll then have enough raw science in order to actually buy the torch upgrade before we do our last thing today, which will be to go and find the grave robbery burgle chip, which is going to be quite useful to go and grab, and that is going to be in the ant's nest, a red ant's nest to be exact. And if we can have a proper torch, the upgraded torch before then, that is going to be very useful. Then we only need 1 torch in order to go in. We don't need more than 1. Unfortunately, sometimes it takes more than 1 shot in order to get to kill the lawn mite. Sometimes you have to hit it in the first place. Oh, bugger. No, I'm not ready for that. Look at that. That's just evil. That's a big guy. That's a stink bug right there. Also known as shield bugs. No. Run away, Stanley. Run away. Obnoxious little guys. Unfortunately, we're not going to get away from this one, are we? Oof. Okay, he is giving us a nice little fart cloud to try and escape from. Oh. He is distracted there in, I think, taking out the ant, which is giving us the opportunity to try and do some range damage here. Somewhat distracted, somewhat under attack. Only all our attacks would hit, that would be great. Oh, he is stuck. Oh, that is good news. This is marvelous, and we thankfully have enough of the arrows to hopefully also be able to kill this little guy. Oh, wow. Okay, now that is one of the bad things about coming to this area. Look at all those arrows. One of the potential problems with coming to this area is that, yes, there are stink bugs in this area. Let me just quickly keep it and loot it, because we are now going to be able to craft the gas mask, I believe. Yes, we have the stink bug part. We just need rope, gnat fuzz, which we can easily get, and a weevil nose, which you already have stored away in the chest. The gas mask is going to negate that noxious cloud effect that you get from the stink bug. Now, stink bugs, as I've mentioned, are also called shield bugs, and they are in the order Hemiptera. Hemiptera meaning half wing, and that's because the front wing, the foremost wing of the bugs, that was a nice shot. The forewing of the bugs, of true bugs at least, are solid, and the back half are membranous. So half the wing is proper, like hardened, and the other half is not. Now, if we see another stink bug, I will try to show you that in the wings. But for now, it was unfortunately, the one that we killed now was unfortunately submerged in water, so it was impossible to see. Now, there usually are a few Hemiptera in this area, a few of these stink bugs. The stink bugs don't release that noxious cloud that you would see there. However, the name is, you're correct, they are very, very stinky, and that's because they create noxious chemicals that they will release to some extent when they are under threat. In this area, I very often have encountered these stink bugs, although doesn't seem to be in the area at the moment. Okay. But anyways, they are foul tasting apparently, and foul smelling. Oh dear. That is danger. Oh dear. Infected larva. And I'm going to just try and run away here while eating. We are going to be encountering the infected larvae later as well. Finally got that one. Okay, interesting attack pattern that it has. Oh, and it, of course, it explodes like that. I forgot about that. Oh, he forgot, he lost interest in me. Oh, wow, we have killed it. Okay, so infected larvae here, like this one with the pinkish eyes. So remember, previously I wasn't sure what type of larvae they are, but they are definitely the young of the lacewings. Characteristic, the eye pattern, the eye spot pattern resembles very much the larvae of the lacewings, which are highly are very much predators, and very, very aggressive predators at that. And in this case, yeah, we have need of a bandage here, because goodness me, that was an interesting fight. Interesting sequence of events here with the stink bug, the mites, and then of course that infected larva as well. And that's why we build up here. Very little chance of any of them actually making their way up to our little base on the base ball over here. And this is quite a nice little large base or platform for us to now start building. So I'm going to be moving over my bed and my workbench and all those things later on. But for now, I think this is where we are going to call it a day. So thank you very much for joining me again on this little adventure. We did a few things that I normally wouldn't have done, like attack the infected larvae right here, and took out the stink bug relatively early compared to what I normally do, is when I have a stronger bow I try to take them out. But yeah, there we go. Brilliant. Now, next time then, we are going to go and do that quest. The Chip Sleuth one, this one here, the Grave Robbery one, we are going to go into the Red Ant's nest, and then hopefully we'll be able to buy a few things from Burgle as a result of that. So join me next time as we continue with our little grounded adventure. Until then, stay safe. I will see you all soon.